Hi everybody, Tracy Brown. I want to hop on and do another video just because I had a question. So I wanted to answer that question while it was hot. And this may be something that a lot of us, I know I've had to work through these similar issues around intuitive eating and food changes for health concerns, or not even serious health concerns, just maybe some gut issues, or maybe you're noticing just lack of energy in some things, and some things are more serious than others. And that doesn't mean that we can't try to get some relief from food or behavior changes such as movement or water or supplements or herbs or whatever. And I'm down with all those kind of changes because I do similar things. And so I think that has a place in our intuitive eating journey. So I don't want you to be scared off that you can't do that. And then remember, intuitive eating isn't a free-for-all, but it's about finding a mode of eating and living that helps you be as free and as well as you can. And of course, that doesn't mean that like you can have some kind of diet or health regimen that is going to necessarily cure you of life, meaning we're all going to have times in life where honestly we have less energy, or things feel harder physically, or we have less ability to do things, whether that's from injuries, age, whatever that means. And so that doesn't mean that we're chasing like always feeling like we're 16, because that's in most typical bodies, of course. But that doesn't mean that we can't hedge our bets. And when I say hedge our bets with health, what I mean is that we take what's available that's evidence-based from science and has a good track record of having benefit from the majority of people. Now that being said, let's say that you decide that you would benefit from some more fiber in your diet and you play with getting that in where you can in an enjoyable way. That could be bad for other people. There are some people who don't tolerate high fiber foods very well, so that means it would not be healthy for them. So just want to put all that out there too. But here's a question I got, so I think that many of us who are in the early months or years of our intuitive eating journey have, and I had the same thing. So I'm going to read this to you all. So I've been thinking a lot about being an intuitive eater, yet also being okay with getting self-care, food, gut health things into your diet without triggering dieting. I'm aware that I am shifting to a new realm with caring for my body, as the foods I've been living on don't make me feel good or aid in my digestion. But sometimes when I think of getting in more vegetables and fiber and all those nutrient-dense things, it can trigger, oh my gosh, this is dieting. But I know that it has to happen for my gut health. And so I kind of skip a few things here. And when I've had experiments of eating different kinds of foods, I actually feel better, but I get really scared about, am I dieting, or is this just attempts at feeling better? And so that's a question that many of us maybe deal with. So I want to reassure you that as long as you're very clear on your motive for changing your food intake, not being about trying to change your body size, you're in the clear, meaning you're not going to necessarily trigger yourself by those behaviors. I do want to say, though, be really curious about the fear. What are you fearing would happen if you ate in a different way? Would it be weird for you to feel better? Would it feel weird to have that much time in your life if you weren't worried about whether or not you're going to go to the bathroom that day? It sounds like a weird thing to be afraid of, but sometimes I call it, this was a term that a mentor of mine had, and she called it disassociation of health, from health, disassociative of health, which means that some of us are so used to feeling like struggle all the time that when we start to feel more free or clear or better, we're just not used to it and it feels odd. And so, not that we try to sabotage it, we just don't know how to settle in with that. So what I would say is, let it be weird that you feel better, because eventually better will feel like your new normal, and let that be okay. So I hope that was helpful to you. So like I said, be really clear about what it is you're trying to accomplish, and if it feels like it's a little bit like hope my body changes, then stop in your tracks and reevaluate, is there a way to feel better without a change in my body, and give yourself some time to sit on that, and how come you're wanting to change your body. And then if it's not, go full forward and do it in the little steps you can without scaring yourself. And we'll talk maybe more in other videos about how can I make food changes without scaring myself. And what does wellness feel like now that I have it. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much. Talk to you next time. Bye.